Hello everyone, this is Fergal Monaghan. I'm the project manager for the Hen Harrier project. Next slide there, Patrick. The Hen Harrier project is the largest of the EIPs, but just like many of the other ones, we faced considerable challenges at the start of the program. We had a continued decline in hen harrier numbers nationally and in the SPAs designated for the species. We had some tension about the SPA designation issue and perceived restrictions on land use and the adequacy of existing supports. Were concerns about some of the BPS eligibility issues and about the effectiveness of the glass hen harrier measure. Next slide. I suppose when we were trying to face these challenges, one of the things that was very important to us from the very beginning was that we had to get a program in place in a very short period of time. We had a 6-year program, but it was essential to get farmers into a program, involve them in it, and get payments out to them as soon as possible. And it was also very important to improve attitudes to the species. You know, many people in the SPAs were ambivalent, and a small minority were hostile to the issue of conserving hen harriers. We had IT challenges with particularly with the existing Department of Agriculture mapping systems. So we had to create our own infrastructure to deliver the type of program that we had in mind. And we also had to be conscious, because of the very large number of farmers and the dispersed nature of the program being spread over 6 different sites in 9 different counties, that we had to find ways of maximizing the productivity of both farm advisors and our own project staff. And I suppose later in the program, like everybody else, we had considerable difficulties coming from the COVID-19 emergency. What have we achieved to date? Well, we have a scheme in place, which I think is a huge achievement. We've had a modest increase in the hen harrier population. We'll be publishing the 2020 hen harrier monitoring data shortly, but we have an increase in pairs compared to last year and compared to the baseline at the start of the project. We've also had a notable increase in hen harrier breeding success, and 2019 in particular was a fantastic year where we had 81 chicks fledged, which is the highest number since the SPAs were designated. Almost 70% of the agricultural land in the SPAs is in the program. We've almost 1,600 participants, and these participants manage 19,000 fields within the program, each of which is assessed on an annual basis. So we're collecting enormous amounts of data, and we had, as I said, we had to create an infrastructure to accommodate that. The scheme is popular with farmers. We've a near zero attrition rate. We've only lost 2 farmers to date, and both of them were because the lease on their SPA designated land expired. So they left the program somewhat reluctantly. Could we have the next slide? As I said, in relation to the amount of data that we have to handle, we collect information on 19,000 fields, and we monitor hen harrier breeding success every year. So we've a limited staff pool, and we've a limited pool of advisors that work with farmers. So we have to maximize their ability to deliver. So as part of that, we developed an app for data collection. We developed our own fairly sophisticated database for collating and processing that data. We developed a partially automated screening system, and we've geotagged habitat assessments, creating a digital trail connecting assessment to payment, which goes a long way towards resolving some audit risk concerns. The system also includes 100% virtual inspection of delivered supporting actions, and gives rules-based field level guidance and management. And we've also, on a practical level, we've developed things like feed blocks to facilitate grazing of cattle in the uplands. Next slide, please. We're still working on a number of other innovations. We're producing a video manual of for training farmers. The first 8 films have been completed, and the first one has been published today on the department's website and on our own website. What we'll be using these films is we'll be using the data that we have on individual farmers to target specific films to the farmers that are likely to benefit from them. And we can send those films to the relevant farmer by a link sent by SMS at a seasonally appropriate time of year. As I said, there's 8 films completed, and there's 6 more in production. We have other work that is ongoing involving mob grazing trials for the management of gorse, and the strategic siting of multi-purpose ponds designed to improve capacity for firefighting operations. 4 of our 6 SPAs have very restricted water sources that are available for firefighting because of proximity of trees, housing, overhead wires. 1 SPA, Mulliganish to Musheramore, doesn't have any sources of water. So we're working with the Forest Service and with fire services, liaising with the Air Corps and Water Safety Ireland, MPWS, to install strategically sited ponds to target this issue. And that would be a landscape level service provided by farmers for the benefit of other stakeholders in that landscape. And we're also looking at tailoring wild bird cover seed mixes for use in different strategic purposes. You know, ones that are sites that maybe are in the vicinity of hen harrier winter roosts with a higher proportion of triticale that would provide support for small birds in the midwinter period. Next slide, please.
Thanks, Fergal. I think, sorry, your time is up, and we have to. Would you be able to just synopsize this slide, please?
So where do we see the future? Obviously, we'd like to expand our footprint. I would like to continue innovation in project administration and delivery, and develop integrated landscape level action with other stakeholders, including the production of wildfire resilience plans for each of the 6 SPAs. So I think that's us more or less finished. Thanks very much for your attention.